Hi, my name is Jerry. I use the pronouns he or him, they or them, and recently I just started using the pronoun per, which is short for person, and perfect. Thank you so much for joining me today on mindfulness meditation. So I'm going to be leading some breathing exercises that I would love for you to join me on. First, you're going to need to find somewhere nice and comfortable and clean, of course, to lay down flat on your back. And I invite you to find that spot, get comfy, and close your eyes. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to read out specific body parts that I want you to squeeze tightly, and then release and take deep breaths as you do it. For taking a deep breath, I want you to imagine blowing into a straw when you're exhaling. So we're going to breathe in through our nose, and we're going to exhale blowing through a straw out of our mouth. Let's try that together. We'll breathe in and out. In and out. Perfect. I'm going to invite you to now keep your eyes closed, and on the count of 3, you're going to tighten all the muscles in your toes and your feet. On 3. 1, 2, 3. And squeeze. Tight, and release. Breathe in and out. In and out. Perfect. Next, we're going to do our toes, our feet, and our ankles on 3. 1, 2, 3. And squeeze. Tight, and release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Next, we're going to do our toes, our feet, our ankles, our shins, and our calves on 3. 1, 2, 3. And squeeze. Tight, and release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Next, we're going to do our toes, our feet, our ankles, our shins, our calves, and our legs. So everything below the waist on 3. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze. Tight, and release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Oh, good job, everyone. Next, we're going to do our toes, our feet, our ankles, our shins, our calves, our legs, our torso, our abdomen, and our chest. So everything in the middle section of our body down to our very tippy toes on 3. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze and tight, and release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Next, we're going to do our toes, our feet, our ankles, our shins, our calves, our legs, our torso, our abdomen, our chest, and our biceps on 3. 1, 2, 3. And squeeze. Tight, and release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Next, we're going to do our toes, our feet, our ankles, our shins, our calves, our legs, our torso, our abdomen, our chest, our biceps, our forearms, and our hands. And fingers. Let's add fingers to that. Okay? On 3. 1, 2, 3. And squeeze. Tight, and release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Good job. And I hope that you can really feel the blood just rushing back into each of those areas that you just finished squeezing and releasing. Lastly, we're going to go above our neck. We're going to do our neck and our face On 3, we're going to squeeze our faces as tight as we can, scrunch our eyes up, scrunch our mouth and our nose up, and we're going to make our face really tiny. On 3, 1, 2, 3, and squeeze, tight, 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 and release. Breathe in and out. In and out. And one more time, we're going to do our face. But after we tighten everything, I want you to open up and make everything big. Open up your mouth, open up your nostrils, open up your eyes. Okay? But first, we're going to squeeze them first. Okay? On 3. 1, 2, 3. And squeeze. Tight, 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 tight. Now open, 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 open. Large. Big, 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 big. And release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. So before I begin today's exercises, I'd like to invite you to send me an email if you have any ideas for visualization exercises or meditation that we can all do that I can share with everyone. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to go through some of the exercises that I've learned, but I would really love to learn from you and learn more. Hi, thank you so much for joining me again. This series of mindfulness meditation is a little different than the other ones we presented before. In the past, we were able to do some visualizations on taming your troll, on visiting your ancient and future guide, which is just another way of looking into yourself to see what the past and the future is really telling you. There's visualizations we did on positive learning and divine energy flow. And I invite you, if you haven't had a chance to take a look, to go through all those visualizations and practice them and make them your own. You can feel free to change up the stretching exercises or modify it the way that your family likes to do it. You can do the visualizations alone or one-on-one, or in a group with more friends and more family members. It's all up to you. Today, I introduced to you a different kind of visualization exercises. Now that we've stretched all the different parts of our body, from our head and our face to our neck, our chest, our abdomen, our waist, our hips, our legs, our calves, our knees, our feet, our ankles, our toes, our arms, our biceps, our forearms, our fingers, our wrists, and we've stretched them all and we've wakened them up. I'm going to invite you to now join us in a different set of visualizations. Visualizations that's much more common and a little different from the ones that we've been doing before. In fact, these visualizations are more easily done at home with any book that you have and any story that you have to share. After stretching now and doing all those warm-up exercises, I invite you to find a nice, comfortable spot to lie down. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. I want you to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And one more time, I want you to breathe deeply, knowing that you are enough. Exhale, feeling grounded to the earth. And I want you to take that feeling with you and enjoy our upcoming journeys with this new technique in visualization. This new technique I'm about to share with you is very simple. Between the stretching exercises, after the warm-up and before the cool down, we're going to encourage children and families now to close your eyes and just listen to a story. Granted, these stories are stories that you might have heard before, especially if you've been tuning in to our EarlyON channel on YouTube and if you've been watching us on our virtual programming. However, I invite you to take on these same stories that you've heard before and think about them in a new way. And that can be what a visualization is. I want you to find somewhere comfortable. I want you to lay down, stay laying down. I want you to focus on your breathing, still breathing deeply. And I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to close your eyes and enjoy the stories that we have to tell you. I want you to imagine different faces for the characters. I want you to imagine things that the illustrator could have drawn or the author could have seen. I want you to imagine being in the story, being part of the adventures that happen. I want you to imagine what's happening inside the story happening to you. So, with that in mind, we're going to go to the storytelling part of our visualization, and then we're going to go to our cool down exercises. I hope you enjoy these next sets of visualization. And if you have any idea of visualization exercises or meditation practices, please don't be shy. Email them to me at jlee@the519.org. That's jlee@the519.org. Don't be shy. I look forward to hearing from you, and your ideas will help us make more videos for our virtual programming and to make our virtual programming even more fun and more exciting for all of you. Keep your eyes closed. Breathe deeply and enjoy the story.
47,000 Beads. Written by Koja Ideoa and Angel Ideoa. Illustrated by Holly McGillis. 47,000 beads. 47,000 beads. Peyton's Auntie Aota came into her room. Time for bed, but before sleep, tell me, why do you not dance powwow with us, little one? Peyton shrugged and flopped down on her bed. Come on now, said her auntie. Tell me. All in a rush, Peyton said. I don't want to jingle dance, Auntie. I don't want to wear a dress. Peyton, there are many dances, Auntie said gently. There are many regalias. Peyton started to cry. Finally, she said, there's just none for kids like me. Auntie smiled at Peyton and started undoing her braid. I think I'm beginning to understand. You sleep now. Tomorrow is a new day, and I know someone who can help. In the morning, Auntie Aona baked bread and went to go see a friend. She found Elle working and said, Oh, how is it today, grandparent? Elle put down their tools and answered, It's a good day. What way can I help you today, Aota? Auntie Aota gave Elle the bread she baked, and they sat down together in a shady spot. When they were settled, Auntie explained that she wanted to talk about her niece, Peyton. Elle asked, Peyton is the small, quiet one? Oh, yes, that's the one, said Auntie Ada. You've noticed her? I've noticed that I always see her keeping time with her feet. But she doesn't dance. She looks at the dancers like she wants badly to dance. Like in her heart, she is dancing. She is a shy child? Asked Elle. Peyton is special, grandparent. different. I think her path is two-spirit. I think she wants regalia like her brother and uncle. She feels alone, but I know she isn't. I want to show her that she's not. Well, said Elle, I'm happy to share teachings with her and to guide while she learns which path is hers to walk. But I think you need more than just that, yeah? Aoda laughed. You saw that too. I was hoping you'd help me getting regalia together for her. The kind she really wants. I know it's a lot to ask. It's a big job, yeah. But that's why we have a community. Let me ask around. Are you still beading too, Aoda? Let's draw it up. On the way home, Aoda called her sister Chappa, Peyton's other auntie, and asked if she'd make Peyton's new beaded belt and headband. Maybe use a lot of orange. It's her favorite. Then she sat down with Peyton's mom, Mika, to explain. They spoke late into the night. Her mom asked, should I be worried? Aoda said, no, sister. You should make her a ribbon shirt and pants to match. You'll see. She'll finally get out in the arena where she's meant to be. Who else should she ask? Auntie sent an email to the grandmother who first taught her how to bead. Winona was still making regalia and said that she would be glad to help, even if she needed a magnifying glass to see all the tiny beads on Peyton's harness and apron. Auntie Aoda called her cousin all the way in Montana. He was so excited to make a set of beautiful armbands and cuffs for Peyton's new regalia. He sent them with a blessing to sing at the powwow for her and with the hug for Peyton. Last, but maybe most important, Elle offered to make Peyton's moccasins. They had turtles on the toes to give endurance for the dance and to make Peyton's feet feel grounded to earth. Peyton was in her room getting ready for the giveaway and potluck. It was her favorite and best parts of the powwow. Her aunties and mama would drum and sing, and there would be as much of all her favorite foods as she could eat. What should I give away? Peyton thought. Grandmother says it's always something you value that you give first. Wait, I've got it. Peyton got down the abalone shell that she put up on the shelf. She held it and remembered how happy she'd been to get it and how it made her smile all year. And she looked at it. Perfect. When they got to the potluck, Auntie Aoda said, Peyton, I have a special giveaway for you this time. You've heard how, when I was a girl, how I wanted to drum, but all the drummers were men where I lived. Now, you know, I'm a head singer on our drum here. My family believed and honored me, and today I'm grateful to do the same for you. Our whole family wants to give this gift to you, but the person to give it is a new teacher for you, Auntie Aoda said, taking Elle by the hand. This grandparent will give you stories and help you find your path. Aho, Tagoha, said Elle, greeting Peyton. I have such stories to tell you about people from all the nations who carry two spirits inside of them. I can't wait to tell them to you. Peyton, your task, Bay, and community stand behind me to give you this gift. And may you dance strong in it tomorrow, Elle said. Peyton unwrapped each package and heard who had made and given it with her mother and Auntie Ayoda sitting beside her. The next day, at the powwow, in the arena, with her auntie drumming an honor song, Peyton was finally dancing. Dancing as herself, not as a boy or as a girl, but as Peyton in her 47,000 beads. Peyton loves to dance, and especially at powwow, but her auntie notices that she's been dancing less and less. When Peyton shares that she just can't be comfortable wearing a dress anymore, Auntie Ayoda asks some friends for help to get Peyton what she needs. 47,000 beads!
Now that we're back, I would like to conclude this visualization with a cool down exercise. So get back flat on your back again, lie back down on the floor again, and we're going to do exactly the same thing we did in our warm-up exercises with all the same muscles, but we're going to go backwards. So we're going to start with the face and the neck. And on 3, we're going to squeeze them as tightly as we can, and then we're going to open them as widely as possible. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze, tight, 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 and open, 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 big, open, and release. Breathe in and out. Next, we're going to do our neck, our fingers, our hands, and our forearms. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze, tight, 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 and release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Next, our fingers, our hands, our forearms, our biceps. On 3. 1, 2, 3, and squeeze. Tight, 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 and release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Next, we're going to do our fingers, our hands, our forearms, our biceps, our chest, our abdomens, and our torso. On 3. 1, 2, 3, and squeeze. Tight, 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 and release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And lastly, we're going to include the whole bottom half. We're going to do everything below the waist, our legs, our calves, our shins, our ankles, our feet, and our toes, along with our chest, our bicep, our torso, our forearms, our hands, and our fingers. On 3. 1, 2, 3, and squeeze. Tight, 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 and release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Perfect. Once again, if you think of any other visualization exercises or things that we can do during these mindfulness meditation circles, I would love to learn about them all. You can email me at jlee@the519.org. That's jlee@the519.org. And I hope that you had a lot of fun with the visualization today, and I hope that I'll see you soon. Goodbye.